The concepts of the Seelie and Unseelie courts have become increasingly popular over the last really 30 or 40 years. This is largely due to the influence of urban fantasy, kind of spreading the concepts outside of the original area in Scotland they were found in. And I'm increasingly also seeing this idea of equating them directly to like good fairies and bad fairies. This is not an entirely new concept. Marian McNeill, writing her book The Silver Bough in the 1960s, does effectively say the Seelie and Unseelie are also known as the good spirits and the wicked spirits. But one of the problems that is starting to get bigger and bigger is directly equating particularly the Seelie to good, because the concept of goodness, the way most people approach it, is sort of kind, benevolent, gentle, would never hurt you. That is not true of the Seelie court fairies in Scotland. Even Marian McNeill in that same book says that the Seelie court will not hesitate to harm humans, that they do generally have a more benevolent approach to humanity, and that they will usually offer a warning before doing anything. But if they are offended or motivated to, they are perfectly happy to hurt humans. So not necessarily into that category directly of goodness, you might say. It's important to understand a little background to this. The term Seelie for fairies, the Seelie court or Seelie spirits, goes back about 500 years in Scotland. It was originally a euphemism. So there was no Seelie court and Unseelie court. There was just the Seelie, and it was used as a term so that if you were talking about them and they happened to be around and hear you, they wouldn't be offended. Seelie in Scots means fortunate, lucky, or blessed. So it's a euphemism. Now, in the earlier 1800s, we start to see the Unseelie being mentioned, sort of in contrast to the Seelie. Unseelie means, of course, ungodly, unlucky, unfortunate. And these would be the good folk who are the most likely to harm humans because they feel like it. These are the ones that would have humans on the menu. And as we kind of move forward, then we see these concepts evolving into this good and bad, or good and wicked. But it's a lot more nuanced and complicated than that. Seelie are the ones who are generally kindly inclined to humans but will still hurt them. Unseelie are the ones who will just hurt them for fun, basically. If this subject interests you, I do have a book coming out the end of March, the beginning of April, called The Fairy Courts, which traces all this history into urban fantasy, into modern belief as well. But that's just a quick Seelie and Unseelie tutorial.